Yo, yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fade, and you're listening to Attack of the Beats on IllMuzik.com. Here we are once again, another 5 beats and another 5 reviews. And, there's some shit that's been going down the past couple of days. Last week, not last week, I should say, but, this past weekend, I was away. And so, in a way, it was a good thing because I didn't really do a lot, on IllMuzik. So, anyway, we didn't lose too much, but it's just that there was a lot of people that had signed up this past weekend to the forums, and for some reason, now in the past couple of days, for some reason, it's like everything just went back in time. It gets complicated, so I'm not going to explain it. But anyway, it is what it is. We lost a bit of things there, a bit of content, a few registrations and all that stuff. So it's been trying, but I still managed to get this going, Attack of the Beats. So we'll start off right away. First up, we got Joe Burnham with Day. Let's check it out.
New Life, a Joe Burnham production. You got to London.
All right. Okay, so that was Joe Burnham with Duh, not Duh. Anyway, anyway, listen to this beat. It's really on point. This is a really dope track, and it's so obvious that this beat is meant for an MC. I mean, you need some kind of rapper on top of this. I mean, it actually sounds like some type of beat, that's just been taken from an actual song, where the vocals have been taken out or whatever, because it's just very well put together. Now, I mean, I'm just gonna pick at a few things there, but the one main thing was in the mix, I would say bring the drums up just a bit, because I just find that they sound great and everything. It's just that I just find that they're a little too low in the mix, especially the kick. It could be a little punchier, but it's not too crucial. But I would definitely bring up the whole drum track, just a bit. And the sample's great. I love how you dropped it out after maybe, what was it, like 8 bars or whatever. You dropped that shit out. Have a nice little verse there. And some of the samples, they're a little, makes the beat a little too busy, because, you got samples coming in and out and stuff. And it sounds great, though. It's just that, maybe ease up on a couple of them. I don't know, but it's not that super important. And the vocal samples from the woman singing there, for those, maybe just tighten up the chop just a bit, because you can hear the chop, especially a couple parts where the drums drop out and you hear the sample, so I mean, that's crucial. I mean, because a lot of times I hear people doing that, and it's not good, so but I mean, I do it myself, right? But I always make sure that I go back at one point or another and that I adjust it, make sure that it's a smooth transition, fading in, fading out and stuff. So that's why they call me Fade, I think. Anyway, so all right, so dope beat. All right, so next up we got here Mike Larry with Mike Larry. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Mike Larry with Mike Larry. All right, so this beat is interesting because it's such a well put together beat. Okay, but I think the only thing really is that it's just some of the mix really needs to be adjusted. So because, for example, right off the bat, I like the drum track. It's just that it sounds like it's panned a little left, and the same thing with the keys. Right, you got the keys that are panned a little right. So I don't know if that was on purpose, by accident, or whatever, but. First of all, the two of those, the drums and the keys, especially the keys because it's, the drums too, of course, but for the keys because it's the main point, the main part of your beat here that you're trying to push through is the keys at this point. So the drums and the keys, I would put them dead center, especially the keys, they're going to really fill out that space, when you put a dead center and stuff. And you can maybe even add, I guess, slightly a little bit of reverb on it just to make it, just to make it fill out a little more or whatever. And the drums, the drums themselves, they're fine. Like I said, just to pan them center or whatever. And then you have the scratches. Now the scratches are good. I would bring them up just a bit, but I wouldn't use it all the way through. I wouldn't have the scratches all the way through like you have. So just bring it in because when you have your little breakdown, then you bring the bass line back in, which is really nice too because it's subtle. It's a nice subtle bass line. But then when you bring that back in, you still got the scratches going, but I honestly would have just put the scratches on like a hook, you know what I mean? Just have it like as the hook, not as, all the way through and stuff. Because that way at least, people can distinguish, what the hook is and stuff, rather than just have it all the way through or whatever. So, but other than that, it's a really dope beat, man. There's some good shit this week. All right, so next up we've got Paul E. with Work It Out. Let's check it out.
You really don't understand, do you? Hey, man, don't you realize in order for us to make this thing work, man, we've got to get rid of the pimps and the pushers and the prostitutes and then start all over again clean.
Hey, look, nobody's pushing me anyway, okay? I mean, not you, not the cops, nobody, man. I mean, you want to get rid of the pushers, I'll help you. But don't send your people after me.
Oh, come on, John. Can't you see that we can't get rid of one without getting rid of the other? We got to come down on both of them at the same time in order for this whole thing to work for the people.
Hey, look, nobody's closing me out of my business.
Entertainment with another one.
All right. Okay, so that was Paul E. with Work It Out. So, excuse me. So, right off the bat, you got the nice sample, of course, the guitar sample that was used on the Chronic, the original Chronic by Dr. Dre. And, it's, of course, a classic sample in that sense. And anyway, so, you sent in the full, beat. It's over 5 minutes and stuff. But, I'm only going to listen to the first 2 minutes because it's only 2 minutes that everybody's given and stuff. So, I'm just going to go by the first 2 minutes. So in that sense, you have, your intro is just, that big long intro, right? It's almost a minute long and stuff. So that in a way, it takes away from what I listen to. But anyway, once the beat comes in, it's good. You've got, what really stood out for me was the drums because you've got this, this old drum, guitar sample, right? And then the drums aren't just some straight up, digital, drums, electronic programming type of thing. The drums sound authentic, so that's what's good. It's a nice drum sound. So keep those drums, that's for sure. And the guitar, yeah, keep it. It's fine. The bass line, I can hear it's a sub bass. I mean, I used to do that a lot. Use the sub bass as an actual bass line, and it's okay. But you really have to EQ that shit if you're gonna do that. So now, I don't even do that anymore because I found a VST. It's from Cakewalk, and it's a bass guitar VST, and it's so on point. I mean, you got so many sounds you can choose from, right, in the VST and stuff. So I suggest you find something like that, even the Cakewalk one. So find a dope bass guitar VST that you can use and stuff, and it'll make a world of difference. Once you find the right one, it's going to make such a difference using that. So you might already have one, I don't know, but I mean, just for the sub bass, the thing with sub bass is that it's so overwhelming, and that's a big problem because it just really takes over the beat. You have to put it really low, but if you put it low, people don't really hear it. So if you're going to use a sub bass, you definitely have to EQ it then. That's the only way you can properly use it. So anyway, with the guitar sounds good. It's just the only thing is, since it's so nice, you have that main guitar part you use, but you're just looping it over and over. So I would say just have it. Let's say, for example, the first 2 bars, that whatever the length is, let's say 2 bars, whatever, and then for the other 2 bars, let's say, then just play a different pattern, like chop up that guitar, play a different pattern, because otherwise it's just looping over and over. So that really takes away from it. I mean, I just think that if you just had that loop and then your own little loop that you play, that would really open it up, because then it wouldn't be, or even every 8 bars, let's say, have that one or 2 bars, let's say, and then you play your own little thing. And you don't really have to play all the way through, because that's the thing. I do that myself too. It's just that, I tend to just play, try to fill up every bar, let's say, but you don't really have to. You can have these open parts and stuff. I try to tell people that. I mean, you have to have the sound, some kind of sound playing all the time in your melody. You can have some open space, just have the drums and bass come in, type of thing. So anyway, so just try that shit out. Try to play out your own little pattern. And the last thing is, you don't have to, but if you want to add a little bit of flavor to it, I think if you put some very subtle high strings in the background, man, that would really add to this beat. I think it would really bring it up a bit. And then that's something else that you could also have as a change up, right? Just your bass, drums, and strings. So try something like that. See how it turns out, and I think it would be a lot better, really. All right, so for the next beat, actually, I made a mistake because there's only 4 beats this week, because one of the beats I had already reviewed just previously, so just the other week. So anyway, the last beat, next one up, is Why Is There a Shot with the Horizon? Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Wiser Shaw with The Horizon. All right, so this beat, the drums are really nice. I like that. Nice drums. I hear some crackle in the background, so that's really good. And so the main thing is that sample you're using. It's really good. It's just that there's no change ups really. And sometimes, you get that. I mean, I've had that plenty of times too, where you had the sample and it's, you can loop it, but there's not much you can really do with it, so you have to kind of get creative with it. So in your case, you have, I think it's 2 different parts, right, to your sample. So the last part where it goes a little higher, that part, maybe put that as just for like a change up, just have that as let's say, you're talking 4 bars. Let's say you can have that just as the first, to fill up the first and second bar or whatever, and just have it kind of fade out, delay out or something. And then, like I was saying with the other beat was with the other guy was that you could just have that and then leave some space at the end of the last, like the third and fourth bar or something like that, just as a change up. And the other thing too is, not that I want everybody's beats to sound like 90s beats or whatever, but one of the greatest techniques really is to take, and it depends on the beat. Not every beat should be done like this, but is to have, because this sample really works with that, is to have your part where you just put like a low pass filter on it, and then that way it opens everything up, because then you could just put some other instruments on top, some strings or whatever, horns or whatever. Let's say strings, you put that on top, or some guitar or something, or even some keys, some kind of, if you have a VST or something like that, just play some nice keys on top. So, but at least with this, that sample you have, just the sound of the sample, it's really nice. So I just right away I was thinking to myself, hey, that'd be really good for a low pass part, so you could do that for like maybe 8 bars or something like that. So yeah, if you did that and then add something else on top, not too much, just something else on top, that'd make a big difference, But like I said, the drums are on point, everything's on point. That little vocal snippet, that's great. It's just that sample, man. You just gotta, it's just weird, like it's hard to do that, like you just gotta, sometimes you're like, what the fuck do I do with this? But yeah, that's the only thing. So, but other than that, it's a dope beat, man. I'm feeling it. All right, so that's it for me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. Make sure that you upload your beats. I've got a lot of beats to review, so but keep sending them in. I'll keep doing them, and that's it. So my favorite beat this week is, the winner is, drum roll please, Joe Burnham with Duh. Let's check it out.
You like a Joe Burnham production. You got too much.